Yep, I am filming this immediately after my Grave Encounters 1 review because I want to get rid of this movie from my memory. What a disappointing sequel, maybe one of the worst horror movie sequels in like history. This is just so poop poop shit. This movie's poop shit. You see this guy behind me? See this guy? He's not even in the movie. He's in the movie for like 3 seconds. And I feel like everyone knows Grave Encounters from this guy. He's in the second movie and he's like in it for 2 to 5 seconds. I don't get that. What the hell? The coolest thing I've seen in this franchise, which is two movies, is this guy. He's not even in it. Unreal. I hate it. I know I'm starting off the review with this and it's dumb, but what a way to piss me off. I don't think I've ever watched this one. I could be wrong, but I watched it the other day and this movie sucks. It's really, really bad. It's not the same director, which is such a shame. And you can really tell with these characters that it's not even the same person working on this movie. This movie has a budget of 1.5 million, which is 15. This is 15 times as much as the original. Why does it look worse? Why is everything about this movie worse? I don't get it. I was so upset. I just don't understand. Um, One bright spot on this movie is Richard Harmon, who you all know from the new Final Destination Bloodlines movie, but other than that, no one else is really great in this movie. He's not even that great. He's just fine, and I think he's likable because you like him so much in other movies he's in. But yeah, I don't know. The main cast is super annoying, which I think they're supposed to be since they're college kids, but there's a problem with horror movies is when they do college kids, they kind of do them in the most annoying manner possible. And I get it, you kind of want them to die because of it, but it doesn't make the movie enjoyable in the slightest. So, yeah, the cast sucks. The return of Lance in this movie just doesn't work at all. In the beginning, it's kind of funny, but as the movie progresses, it just gets annoying and annoying and annoying. And another problem with this movie is first one's so great because of the eeriness of the hospital, which I probably could not stop talking about if I remember in my last review. The eeriness of this hospital is like completely gone. I don't know what happened. They kind of more leaned into the aspect that you can just never escape it, but it doesn't work if it's not scary. The movie's too well lit. There's too much comedy in this movie. I don't know. Don't get it. I really don't. And it sucks because the premise would have been really fine. The intro of this movie, where the movie starts with poor reviews of the first one, and it turns out they turned the tapes they found into a movie, was kind of a cool idea, but in hindsight, it really doesn't work. It doesn't make sense either. Why did the building let anyone escape? I don't know. I don't know. We do get one really cool scene in this movie, which is the elevator scene, and everyone talks about it. That's the only good part about this movie. The scene where they think they drive off into their hotel room and are leaving, and they go back into the elevator, and it turns out the elevator just took them back to the hospital. That was so cool. Why couldn't that movie have more of that? I feel like it just didn't. If it was gonna lean into that bit, like it should have just kept doing more and more of it. We get the scenes where Lance is breaking walls, and the wall on the side of the room ends up leading downwards. Very cool. Why do we get none of that in the movie? We get a door that opens and takes you to different rooms depending how many times you slam it or whatever. They didn't really explain it, but why didn't we get more of that? I don't know. Another problem with this movie, the first one parodies Ghost Adventures, which I really appreciated because for the time it was probably amazing to do something like that. Parody one of the biggest TV shows on cable television at the time. And this time around, they're parodying. It's not even like a parody movie. They like try to parody like torture porn horror movies in the beginning. It's like maybe like 2 minutes long, not even. But this movie's trying too hard to be meta, and I hate that. I think that was the worst part about this movie. It was trying too hard to be meta. Um, I mean, I love meta horror movies. My favorite movie of all time, maybe. Yeah, this one just does it so badly. It's so unfunny. It's so boring. It's annoying. them leaning too much in this meta thing just was too much. It was so annoying. I felt like they wouldn't stop referencing like shit from the past and like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this movie that much because I really do hate it. And the ending of this movie is the worst. The red door not opening for Lance, but then opening for Richard Harmon's character. I can't remember his name right now. It was cool, and then the CGI looks like shit when the door shatters. Like really bad. Like really, really bad. I feel like a 7-year-old at the time probably could have made it look better. And the ending kind of being like, oh, there might be a Grave Encounters 3 would have been so cool if this movie was good. This movie's not good at all. I was I was trying to like hold myself together throughout the movie because I was like, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. And I was kind of laughing during some scenes, but it just really didn't land. I do appreciate, I didn't mention this, they do a window kill. I didn't mention this in the first review. The window scene with Chris or Matt in the first movie was so great, and I kind of like that they did a callback with the new cameraman who I'm zoning out. I think his name was Zach, and everyone wanted in the first movie for Matt to go flying out the window. We didn't get that. In this movie, the guy flies out the window. I love that so much. I thought that was cool. Another problem, the main problem I have with this movie, and I feel like I keep saying another problem because there's so many problems in this movie, but there's one big problem besides the meta thing. I think trying to be meta, we're just doing too much. But the main problem with this movie is it didn't come out 9 years later. This movie takes place 9 years later from the original events, and obviously they're not going to wait 9 years. But I think if there was a larger gap between movie releases, the first one came out in 2011. This one came out not even a year later, and it just doesn't work. It feels like it's too soon. Eh, It's it's just too soon. I don't get it. We could have had like some time to enjoy and praise the original Grave Encounters movie, which it should be, and we could have got a second film from Stuart Ortiz. Instead, we just get a bigger budget. We make this movie within a year, and it's a different director. None of it feels good at all. It's such a shame. This could have been one of the better found footage series movies, especially with Paranormal Activity at the time being so big. I don't know. If there is a third one, I hope it completely gets rid of the story from this one or doesn't even mention it at all. And I need Stuart Ortiz back because I think he's the only person who can make this franchise good again, which is so sad to say because I don't know what happened. Is this my lowest review yet on the channel? I could be wrong, but I think it is. This movie's a 1 out of 10. Or 2 out of 10, sorry. There's like a few redeeming qualities in this movie, but altogether, this movie's just so garbage. I was trying so hard to be nice to it as I was watching it, but I just couldn't. There's no. If this movie didn't exist, I probably would be a lot happier with this duology, but instead, this movie exists, and it kind of does taint the original. And I think it sucks because maybe people lowered the reviews of the original because of how bad this one is. Not sure. That's Grave Encounters 2. Um, I might do more horror movies soon. I'm kind of waiting for October to do a lot of them. So if you want more horror movie reviews, I will be doing a shit ton in October, but it won't be Grave Encounters again. I promise you that much because this second one, man, I will never rewatch this movie. My God.